In Pakistan, the authorities are desperately trying to stop the country's biggest lake from bursting its banks, adding to the devastation caused by the recent floods. More than 1,300 people have died in Pakistan's flooding disaster, which saw a third of the country badly affected. Now, the authorities are desperately trying to stop the country's biggest lake from bursting its banks. It is Lake Manchar, putting tens of thousands of local residents at risk. If we look at this satellite image, it shows the lake as it was in late June. That was just before the rains took over. And this is how it's grown. It's almost tripled in size, as we can see, after the deluge. Now, Pakistan correspondent Pumza Fiklani reports now from Islamabad.
Sindh province is still drowning. It has not rained for days, but most of the land remains waterlogged. On the shoreline, the boats are still coming. The dangers of Manchar Lake have been contained for now, authorities say. Its banks were deliberately breached to protect urban areas and what remains of the damaged infrastructure there. But the threat is not over, and rescue teams are now working on evacuating thousands stranded in their villages. 125,000 people have been affected by the overflow water. The people whose homes were sacrificed have been left with nothing.
My brother just died in my village because of the water that came. We thought we were going to be able to save him, but we couldn't. Around 20 people are still stranded there. Some are unconscious, some are just sitting waiting for help.
Water levels in Pakistan's biggest lake are starting to recede, officials have told the BBC. But as an additional measure, they are reinforcing flood dikes in the area. As rescue efforts continue, authorities are also under pressure to rebuild what has been lost. Climate Change Minister Sherry Rehman told the BBC that Pakistan will need international expertise.
So we're going to have to do some very important thinking, not just on our own, but with climate specialists, really, for infrastructure. Key communication lines naturally have to be restored, the railways have to be restored, all of that. So they've already started their reconstruction, and I was thinking because it has to happen, people have to cross over. Most of it will not be resilient. We neither have the money or the technical capacity at this point.
Building with the future in mind may be a luxury for those whose entire livelihoods have been lost to the floods. For now, those who make it out of these treacherous waters are troubled by uncertainty, where they will sleep and what they will eat. Pumza Fiklani, BBC News, Islamabad.